Welcome back. So we are going to proceed from where we left off in the other video. The issue is the user is going to upload two images. When the user uploads image 1 and image 2, we need to pass image 1 and image 2 to a function for it to be able to check whether the two images have the same person in it. And to do that, in this video, you are going to build the function that will compare the faces. So the function that will compare image 1 to image 2 to see that whether it's the same person in that particular uploaded images. Then in the next video, we write the function that will give the user the form to upload image 1 and image 2. Remember, all our logic happens in the views.py file inside our main application, that is the Face ID application. So we will start to create our function. To create a function in Python, you define the name of the function. Let's call it compare faces. Then the function parameter. What are we going to give this function to perform actions on? We are going to give this function, when you go to forms.py, the user is going to upload image 1 and image 2. So we need to give image 1 and image 2 to this function for it to compare the faces. So we need to give image 1 the path of image 1. Then we need to give the function image 2 the path of image 2. We are just telling the function, go and look for where image 1 is saved, and go and look where image 2 is also saved. Pick them up and let's use it to perform our activity. So we try. We create a variable called image1 should be equal to the face recognition package that we installed. Then we load the image. So we load the image file. We pass the image1 path to it. Then we create another variable called image2, which should be equal to the face recognition package that we installed. Dot load the image file. We pass the path of image2 to it. Then the next thing is to create a variable that we will do the face encoding. Face encoding simply means we want to find the image 1, the size of the eye, nose, lips, and so on. So we will create a variable called enc1 encoding 1, which is equal to the face recognition package that we installed, which has a function called face encodings. Then we pass this image 1 to it. So we pass image 1. Then we create another variable called encoding2. We pass the face recognition that we installed. We pass face encodings. Then we pass the second variable, which we have loaded. So we load image 1 and image 2. Then we find the encodings for image 1 and image 2. Once we are done with that, we move on to the next stage. So if not encoding 1 or not encoding 2, then we return a value. So we just want to return no face detected. So if encoding 1, when we do the encoding for the first image and the encoding for the second image, and we find no face, or they are not the same, let's simply say we find no face. We just want to tell the user there is no face detected. But if we get a result, we want this variable to be equal to the face recognition package that we installed dot the function. We want to, if there is a face, we want to use or pass it to the compare faces function that we have created. Then we are going to pass the encodings to this particular function. Remember, we encode it to get the mathematical representation of the images. So we need to pass the mathematical representation to this particular function. So we pass the encoding for the encoding 1, which we pass the results. Then we pass encoding 2. We also pass the results. Then once that is done, we pass this value to it. Once we have been able to pass the encoding to our function because we detected a face, we return. What do we want to return? Is it the same person or it's not the same person? So we return same person, or if the results here, we return same person if the result is true, else we just return different people. So if the result is true, we want to return same person, else we return different people. Then since we were trying, there should be except. Except needs to move. Okay, there seems to be an error here. Let me see where the error is coming from. Okay, this particular if should be in here. The result is supposed to work on the if. I'm just pressing tab to move it. So once we are trying, there should be an except, which we need to catch the exception. Then we catch the exception as E. Whatever exception it is that we are catching, we need to return it to the user. So we return the exception to the user. Let's use the F string. Then we give the user error, then the type of error. So we should be able to tell the user what type of error it is. So we need to pass the E. Let's stringify it. So str, we want it to be a string. Then we pass E to it. I think the string is supposed to be small. Okay, yes. So this will be our first function. When the user uploads image 1 and image 2, we are going to pass image 1 and image 2 to our function, which is compare faces. So we pass the path of image 1, the path of image 2 to the function. Then once we get image 1 and image 2, we create a variable called image 1 and image 2 here. We use the face recognition library to load the image file. So we pick the path, then we load it for our function. Then we do the face encodings. So we pass the loaded file to encoding 1, we pass image 1, we pass image 2 to our second encoding. We want the face recognition library to tell us whether there is a face in it. And if there is a face, we move on to do our comparison. So if there is a face, we pass the encoding to our compare faces function, then we compare the faces. If there is no face detected, then we return an error to the user. And if at the end of the day, the user uploads the images and we get an error, we pass that error message as a return of an F string to the user.